Hey everybody, meteorologist Brad Panovich here for SkiSoutheast.com. We're kind of in a little mild stretch here. We have been for about the past week or so, but we've seen some little bouts of snow and a little bit of cold air at night for snowmaking. That's kind of what we're going to see going into the weekend. There's no big storms on the way. There's really no big cold air, but there's also not a lot of warm air right now in the short term. I think the overnights are actually going to be somewhat ideal for snowmaking here the first couple of days of February. So we got one low pressure system moving off the coast now. A little backdoor front comes in Friday, Saturday. I'll talk about that in a minute. That actually could help us out for some overnight snowmaking, but also bring a little bit of northwest flow snow, especially for Virginia, West Virginia, Western Maryland area. We'll keep an eye on that. And then going into the end of the weekend, we've got an upper low, which you could see over the mid-south here. It's right here. It's kind of an interesting setup. I wish it was tracking just a little bit further north, but it's going to track down in this direction, so we're going to miss out on the moisture. But it should allow for at least some colder air for the overnight hours to move in for Sunday, Monday, into Tuesday. And then late next week, there is signs of a pretty significant warm-up. This is going into next week, and that's the big southeast ridge, and that's the blowtorch setting up. But that's not until next Thursday, not this Thursday, the following Thursday as we go into February here. So yeah, not looking at anything that's going to be too crazy warm here in the next, I'd say, 5 to 6 days, but long term we could see some issues. So let's look at the future cast, and I'll show you this Thursday Friday system is kind of a backdoor front right there, just enough of a backdoor front coming down from the north that we get a little bit of snow here. But I want you to watch the flow behind that front, because this high coming over the Great Lakes here this weekend supplies just enough cold air from the northeast that we should see some good snowmaking opportunities during the overnight hours. So all in all, not a bad weekend to be skiing, honestly, even though you're not looking at widespread snow. We'll go through Sunday. There's the low off to our south. Notice we stay on the kind of the dry side of this in the southeast for many of the resorts, but it does enhance the cold air flow out of the northeast, at least temporarily, and then it moves away and we get more into a warmer flow of air. So a quick look at the forecast shows it's not bad at all, honestly. This looks pretty good. I got kind of an interesting Friday. I think it's going to be marginal snowmaking on Friday overall, just because it might be too warm, but we could see some natural snow with temperatures flirting with the freezing mark up in West Virginia, Maryland, and then Saturday maybe some lingering snow in the morning. But then overnight, this is primarily overnight snowmaking, by the way. I don't expect a lot of daytime snowmaking at all. These will be overnight hours. How many hours? Going to be kind of iffy here and there, but there are going to be opportunities through the weekend and early next week, because got to get it in, because by the end of next week, there is a pretty significant warm-up going on. So this is going into next week. Big ridge building, so it looks very warm. So hopefully the resorts will crank out as much snow as they can in the short term. I think we're going to have to deal with one blast of really warm air here in the 6 to 10 day range, and then hopefully right around President's Day weekend, or even starting as soon as Valentine's Day, I expect another blast of cold air, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we get into an active storm track as well. But all in all, not bad. It's been a great start to 2024. As always, everybody thinks snow. I will post an update as we go into the weekend coming up on Friday night.